up everyone? My name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm back in the world of Sulani and I'm building with a new pack, with the Horse Ranch pack, because ever since this pack came out and ever since I knew we were getting goats, I knew that I wanted to do something on the beach with goats, like a little build, a little farmhouse type thing on the beach that includes goats. I don't know what it is about having goats on a beach, but I just feel like that is a very cute combination. So I knew from the get-go that I wanted to do something here in Sulani featuring goats, and that is what I'm doing today. So I'm building a very small one-story little farmhouse. I was going basically from scratch with this one. I had no inspiration pictures or anything. I just kind of started building. I knew that I wanted something with a separate shed. I knew I wanted something small, one story, kind of barn slash farmhouse inspired. So that's kind of what I went with. And at the same time, I also kind of wanted it to fit into Sulani, of course, because I don't know, I just kind of like to look at the surroundings and get inspired by what I see around the place, like in the neighborhood, and what kind of style, what kind of builds. That's kind of something I like to take into consideration whenever I build anywhere, except for when you do like something very specific, and you're just kind of trying to have fun with that like specific thing, if that makes sense. But for the rest, usually I like to do builds that kind of fit into the world like that. And that's what I was trying to do for this one as well. So I'm definitely using a lot of Horse Ranch stuff. I'm using a lot of Horse Ranch exterior wallpapers and doors and windows and stuff. And I feel like it fits into Sulani really well. I think it has something to do with the like weathered look of the wood that you can see on a lot of the swatches that we got with Horse Ranch stuff. Like the weathered kind of wood texture just looks really, really good in Sulani. I feel like the stuff that we got with Island Living at the time, there's also some swatches that have that same look and feel to it, kind of that like weathered wood kind of look and feel. But I feel like ever since that pack came out a few years ago, I feel like the quality of the textures and stuff have really improved. So the texture on the Horse Ranch stuff just looks a little bit better in my opinion, but still I feel like it combines pretty nicely. You'll see that once we move on to like the furnishing of the place. I combined some like Island Living stuff with the Horse Ranch stuff. Also some other packs. This is a no limited pack build. Like I didn't limit myself on anything. So I'm sure that I used a lot of packs for this one, but I just had a lot of fun with it. Basically this house has pretty nice like indoor, outdoor living, if that makes sense. We have some smaller porches. I used basically all open doors and archways leading to the inside of the house. So it's very indoor outdoor, and that is exactly what I always like to do for Sulani. I just feel like it makes a lot of sense. The weather is always nice here. You'll get some rain from time to time, but it's really nothing major, it's nothing bad, and it's pretty much always warm, hot, or sometimes it can get cool, but only for shorter periods of time. So your Sims are pretty much fine outdoor all the time, like year round, especially if you don't have seasons, like then you obviously don't need to keep an eye on that at all anyway. But you can see that for this build I also try to incorporate some colors, which is something that I always like to try when I build in Sulani, because I feel like it just makes a lot of sense when you're building in a tropical world like this. It's fun to play around with some of the like more tropical, I guess, colors. So I really try to incorporate most of all like some teal, as you can see, because I used a teal front door and then I used the matching teal like fence, stuff like that to kind of like make it all come together nicely, and just to add a little bit of a pop of color here and there. The shed itself also is, I used a teal wallpaper on the shed too, the teal siding from the Horse Ranch pack. So it's all very tropical, but very rustic, barn inspired, kind of weathered, that sort of a look and feel. So that's basically what I tried to do. It's a little farmhouse on the beach, if you will, featuring a lot of goats. I think I placed like 5 goats on this lot. They are in debug. If you didn't know this, the goats are actually just in the debug menu of the Horse Ranch pack. And so I placed the debug goats, which means if you buy this house, or like if you download it off the gallery and place it into your game and put in a sim, then the goats will be there for you, ready to go. But you can also just delete them, of course, or sell them or what have you, put them up for adoption. I don't really know. Like, you could very easily do that. Also, maybe you may not have even noticed it, but you could see that I quickly changed my reshade. I started building this house, and the lighting on this lot isn't the greatest, but usually I'm not super bothered by it because my reshade is really good. It's really pretty, and it just makes it a lot more vibrant, like the colors and stuff, and the nice shadows and things. So even though I don't get direct sunlight hitting the front of the house on certain lots, it doesn't really matter because my reshade makes everything look nice and aesthetic anyway. But I had some lighting trouble with this lot. Well, not trouble, but I was just not really enjoying the lighting situation on this lot, and I couldn't figure out like why it was bothering me, or why it was bothering me so much, like for this build specifically. And then I realized I am on a different reshade, one that I also really like, but one that I only use for gameplay, because when it comes to building, I just want everything to be very aesthetically pleasing and just nice, and the colors, and I just really love this specific reshade that I'm using for building, and I was on a different one, so that was what was throwing me off at the beginning when I was building this house. But in the meantime, I have, as you can maybe see, or maybe not, I don't know, I have changed the reshade to the one that I always use, and it just looks so much better now. By the way, this preset, I have been getting a lot of questions on it, and I wasn't aware, but I apparently have it I don't have it linked in the description box, so I will make sure to try and remember to link it in the description box. But if I forget, basically it is a reshade called Sour, or a preset called Sour by the creator A. And they have a couple shades. They also have one called Sweet, which is also very, very beautiful. But when it comes to building, I really like the Sour version. It's just so pretty. Well, you can kind of see it right here. Like, it makes the game look very vibrant, and the colors are just nice. And I don't know, it makes me really happy. It really brightens up my game a lot, I feel. So if you're curious about the reshade, that's the one I'm using. I will try and remember to link it in the description box down below as well. So yeah, just so you know. But here you can see we are doing the landscaping, and this farm, like I said, and as you can see, features a lot of goats. I also made sure to put in lots of planter boxes so you can do a bunch of gardening here as well, and I also placed a chicken coop so you can have some chickens as well. So it's basically a little farmhouse on a smaller lot with all the smaller animals. If you wanted to, you could have a horse here too, because I did make sure to place a horse bed. It's not like closed in with a fence or anything. It's just like underneath a roof, so that it's like covered from the rain and stuff. And I was thinking that that is like the area where the goats hang out, where the goats can sleep. I think they do that a lot. I have been doing some gameplay with this pack, and I do have a little sheep in that save file, and the sheep likes to sleep either just outside in the grass or in the horse bed a lot of the times as well. But yeah, since the goats don't really come with a stable, for example, like the chickens come with a coop and the cows and llamas come with a stable type thing, the goats don't really come with anything, which I like, but also I just kind of want them to have their own little space, like their little safe space, basically, their little stable. So I did decide to place down a horse bed, and I was just kind of pretending that that is where they hang out and that is where they sleep. But obviously they roam around the lot. They're not fenced in by any means. So yeah, there's some beach goats there for you. But what I was trying to say is, if you did want to have a horse on this lot, I did make sure to actually put a horse bed. So you could do that, like maybe make some slight changes, maybe fence it in or something like that to make it more realistic, or not. You don't have to do that, of course. But then that way you could always go ahead and have a horse on this lot if you wanted to. I also ended up placing a feeder because I'm not exactly sure, but I do think I have seen my sheep eat from the horse feeder. I don't know if that's just an animation or if they actually need it, because I do know that you have to bottle feed them as well. But I have seen them munching from the feeder, if I'm not mistaken. So I made sure to place one, so that is all ready to go if you want a horse as well. But the one thing I didn't place was a water thingy situation, like a water. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually kind of strange, because none of the animals need water. There's no water bowls for cats and dogs, But there is like that water, I forget what the word is for that, but like the water drinking situation basically for horses. I've seen them drink, but do the horses actually need to? I don't know. Maybe that's just a cute animation. I don't actually know. Does that count towards their hunger or something? I honestly have no idea, but that item I did not place. So maybe if you do have a horse on the lot, maybe you want to place that. But here you can see I was kind of messing around with where to place everything because the lot is kind of small, which is something I really like. I feel like it's just very nice and cramped, and it's just like a small, messy little farmhouse. That's exactly the aesthetic that I was trying to go for too. And this truck is so cute. That is a debug truck that came with Horse Ranch too. And it just matches this world so well. I feel like it was so perfect for a beach or an island farmhouse. So I placed that debug truck, and I put some hay in the back of the truck as well to just kind of fill it up with something. And then as you could also see, we have a lot of planter boxes, so you could do a heap of gardening. And then in the shed itself, there is a nectar maker, so you can do that. There's also a flower arranging table and a woodworking bench, so all those like fun, I guess farmhousey type, like rustic types of activities are there for you to do as well. And then because we have goats on this beach, obviously what comes to mind is goat yoga. I don't know, maybe that is just me, but I was building this lot on stream. With my Twitch chat, and we were just having so much fun with all the goat jokes, but also something that came to mind was goat yoga on the beach. So I ended up placing a little yoga mat at the back of the house off of the main bedroom as well, but you'll see that once we get to that part of the video basically. But I just wanted to kind of list the activities that I try to include. There's also an easel somewhere. I'm not remembering. Where did I place it? I think I placed it on the back porch off of the main bedroom as well. So there's definitely some activities. Something we do not have is like a chess table or telescope or something, but I feel like those things are pretty easy to add if you wanted to. But as you can see, we have moved on to the interior, and for the interior, I obviously use a lot of the Horse Ranch items because it just really goes well with the aesthetic of the entire lot, like of the entire house that I was doing here. And then I did mix and match it with some island living stuff as well, because the wood colors I feel just go together so nicely. I was trying to do some mismatched wood tones in here, in the sense that I feel like this house wouldn't be super matchy-matchy, and I feel like some pieces would be newer than others. Some are maybe thrifted, some are newer. Like, I feel like this house just wouldn't be matchy-matchy perfect at all. So I tried to do some mismatched dining chairs, inside as well as outside, and like I said, well, just some mismatched wood tones and stuff to kind of make it feel a little bit more messy and a little bit more realistic in that sense as well. We have definitely some older, like thrifted looking pieces. For example, I use this standing light here in the corner from the Werewolves pack. That definitely looks very old and thrifted. And then we also have the very small little TV from the basement kit that I use in here as well. I don't know what it is with that little TV, but I feel like it just goes so nicely with the farmhouse builds that I've been doing with this new pack. I don't know what it is, like I said, but it's just like such a cute little TV. It's so perfect. And it keeps fitting the aesthetic for my builds that I've been doing lately. So yeah, all I've been using lately is that stupid little TV from the basement kit, but it just brings me so much joy for some reason. I don't really know why. But here you can see by the front door, I was trying to make this little messy, cluttered entryway area with a coat rack and a place to like store your shoes. We have this wall situation, coat rack thingy with some stuff on it from the new pack as well. I really like that wall decoration with the basically the coat rack with the hat and stuff on it. I just feel like it's such a vibe. I really like that item, so I've been using it a lot and also in here. And then for the rest, the house is very colorful. Like I said also at the beginning of the video, that is what I usually like to do when it comes to builds in Sulani, and it's nice because whenever I build here, incorporating colors just seems to come a little bit more naturally to me as well, because maybe you've watched some of my builds, like maybe you're not new here, and then you may know that I really love my neutrals. I really love my neutrals. They just spark joy to me, and I love using neutral tones. But when it comes to building in Sulani, I don't know, for some reason Sulani automatically just kind of sparks that little bit of inspiration where I want to use colors, and it just comes a little bit more naturally to me. I'm less afraid of using the colors, I feel like, when I'm building here. Maybe it's the colorful surroundings, like the beautiful colored water in the ocean, stuff like that. That may sound a little bit silly, but you probably know what I mean. Like, just the entire world is such a vibe. It's such an aesthetic by itself. And the beautiful, like, colored flowers and stuff that you see around in the world, maybe that subconsciously kind of triggers me to use more colors in the builds too. But here you can see we are putting together the living room, and the house itself is actually pretty spacious. Like, it looks very small, but on the inside there is surprisingly a lot of space. So I'm not sure if this layout was the best way to go about it, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense, because when you kind of walk through the front door there is an indoor dining table, there is a living room space, and then here in the back corner of the house there is a kitchen, and of course I'm using the new kitchen set from the Horse Ranch pack because I can't stop using it. I love it. And like I said, again, it's just like the wood tones also for this kitchen set. The wood tones are so good, and the texture on the wood is just so perfect for this little beach farmhouse or island farmhouse, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know, I'm just having a lot of fun with it. And then the colorful appliances I think are so cute. These are the appliances from, oh god, what are they from? I think they're from Cottage Living, if I'm not mistaken. The fridge and the sink, I wanted to say. No, the fridge and the stove. Yeah, that's the word. Those are from Cottage Living, I think. And they're really cute. I love that light blue, baby blue color, whatever you want to call it. I feel like it matches the vibe of the place very nicely. And then obviously I had to clutter it up as well. So I used a bunch of little clutter pieces. And then one of the island counters is free of decorations, so your Sims can use that one for cooking. Though something I've been noticing a lot recently, that's probably a little bit of like hit and miss and probably won't always work. But for some reason, my Sims have been like neglecting the clutter on counters, and they're basically just like not seeing it and putting their cutting boards like right through it, and they just will use the countertops regardless of if there's clutter there or not. Like, it's actually pretty convenient. It looks silly, but it's actually pretty convenient. But regardless, I always like to make sure that there is one counter piece, free of clutter, free of decorations, so your Sims can just go ahead and use that. And obviously I had to make sure to place the little chicken egg thingy on the counter as well, because we do have chickens, so I was definitely imagining these people to have fresh eggs every morning, and also fresh milk goat probably every morning. Milk goat? Goat milk. I'm so sorry. I can't talk. I don't know what it is with me recently, but I just feel like I've been so tired lately. I know this is very much off topic. I'm not interesting at all. But I've been feeling very tired lately, and just for that reason also my brain is just not really working. So sentences don't form like they're supposed to, and it's just all very messy. And I feel like I'm a little bit more scatterbrained lately. So if it comes across in my voiceovers, I'm sorry, but also it's okay. I feel like we like to keep our voiceovers, or I should say I like to keep my voiceovers just kind of chill, and it's okay if I misspeak or whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you've been noticing that, then that's why. I don't know why, but yeah, I've been feeling a little bit tired. But for this build, storyline wise, I didn't really have anything. I wasn't really imagining, well, all I was imagining was people that like to farm and that like to live on the island and just kind of live their farm life on the beach. That's all I was picturing. And this house does have 2 bedrooms. So we do have one main bedroom, and then this room that I kind of furnished to be a office/extra bedroom. So this one is definitely not supposed to be for a kid or a teenager, though I feel like a teenager could very easily just move into that room. It would kind of already be perfect for a teenager, I feel like, apart from maybe some like posters, clutter, like high school related clutter maybe, stuff like that, like some stuff to make it more personalized. But for the rest, I feel like a teenager could move in there easily. But I was imagining it to be like an extra bedroom. Maybe they will have a family member come over from time to time that can sleep in the bed there. And I wanted to have a space for a desk with a computer because it's nice for gameplay. So I decided to put that in there as well. And then over here we have the main bedroom of the house, and the main bedroom has their own like archway leading onto a porch as well, which I think is just so dreamy. It's so nice. The room itself is pretty small, as you can see. But it has everything your Sims need, like a double bed, a wardrobe, like a dresser kind of a thing, and obviously also some nightstands and a large mirror. And I was really trying to play around with colors here, and I feel like it just came together so nicely. I love this bed. I haven't used this swatch of the bed before. It has the cow texture or pattern on it, but also the bedding, the colors on the bedding were so perfect for the overall color scheme of this entire house. So I feel like that bed was just perfect, that swatch of the bed. So overall the house is pretty colorful, but it's not overwhelmingly colorful. Like the basis, like the base of the house basically is still very neutral, and there's a lot of wood tones and stuff, like a lot of warm wood tones, I want to say, and then I combined that with different colors to kind of make it more colorful and playful, but it's not overwhelming. I feel like I did an all right job with that. And then the house has one little bathroom over here that is just very simple and my standard classic favorite bathroom layout with a shower tub combo on one side, a sink and a toilet on the other, and a door in the middle. Basically, that's what I always like to do for my bathrooms. I don't have to think about it. It is a 1-minute job and I'm done, basically. And I did that for this house as well. One bathroom was definitely enough. And then here we have the parents' back porch, as you can see, where I made sure to place an easel and also a little bench for them to hang out. And this is where I placed the yoga mat on the beach as well. I thought that was a really nice little like quiet corner of the house to put a basic, or a yoga mat, I should say. And I thought that was really cute. And then here by the goats, I decided to put some laundry because I thought that was so cute. At first I put an actual laundry clothesline, but I didn't end up placing washing machines, so I replaced it with a debug one from Island Living, which I felt like made more sense. But that's it for the build, so let's jump into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the lot in the game. You can see that over here we have the little goats. Aren't they so cute? They're just hanging out. I didn't fill the chicken coop, so you can go ahead and do that yourself if you decide to actually use this house. But Sulani, I kind of forgot about that, but Sulani also has chickens walking around in the world by default already. That's so funny. This is before chickens were a thing in the game, so they look so bad compared to the chickens that we got with Cottage Living. These are terrible. Oh my god. But if you want to have your own chickens, you can definitely do that because there is a coop for that. But yeah, overall you can see that there's a lot going on outside. Over here we have the planter boxes, we have the barn and the goats like I showed you. And here in the barn we have all these activities: nectar making, woodworking, flower arranging, so that's all there. And there's also a picnic bench here. And then over here on this side I placed a swing set because I just thought it fit the vibe and it's just a cute little item. So when we move on to the front porch here, we just have this this area where you can sit down and have dinner, basically just like an outdoor dining area, and a random little rocking chair because it fit the vibes. And then over here we have the open kitchen, dining, living space, basically. It's actually nice and spacious, I feel. Lots of space to kind of just like route around. So over here we have the living room space with a small little TV, but I feel like the people that live here wouldn't really sit down and watch TV anyway. They'd probably be outside most of the time. Over here is a nice entryway space for storage and stuff, and an indoor dining table as well. And then over here is the kitchen. I love the kitchen. It's so rustic, but also nice and colorful with some like hints of pastel colors. I don't know. I really like it. I feel like it's very cozy. Then over here is the guest bedroom slash office. So there is a single bed in here and a desk. Also some bookcases, nice and functional as well, and some storage. And then over here is the main bedroom of the house. I love the color scheme in here. I just can't get enough of these colors. It is so, so, so pretty. I think it's also the first time I'm using this swatch of the rug, as well as this this swatch of the bed. I just feel like it looks really nice together. They have a wardrobe here as well, and then a archway leading to their own back porch where they can just hang out here on the little bench, or do some painting, or do some yoga over here down on the sand. And off of the kitchen, of course, we have another little porch with a grill as well as an outdoor bin. So that's nice and functional as well. And then over here off of the living room, we have the one and only bathroom of the house. So just your classic shower top combo, toilet, sink, and you're good to go. But that is already it for this build. So this beach farmhouse is up on the gallery. It comes in at just over 54,000 simoleons. It has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and I built it on a 30 by 20 in the world of Sulani on the lot where by default there is a bar. So that's where I placed this one. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Instagram, X, or TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmarySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!